Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family. Rickey, you know I love you, appreciate you. Thank God for you and the opportunity to kick off our day with the praise break. Today's song, of course, is by James Fortune, Trusting God. Listen, this is an essential part of growing in our walk with God, and that means sometimes learning to trust God even when you can't trace God. I like this phrase even better we get from the old school church, and that is sometimes you've got to trust God's heart when you cannot trace God's hand. That's really powerful right there, because there are times the hand is symbolizing, of course, the power of God. It's symbolizing how God has plans for our lives and is somehow, some way opening doors, shutting doors, and doing for us what we can't do for ourselves. And every now and then, life gets downright confusing, and that's when we have to trust God's heart when we cannot trace God's hand, when I don't see what God is doing, when I don't see what God is up to, when life knocks me down and it feels like I'm staying down, that's when I've got to trust God's heart, when I can't trace God's hand. You see, when you trust God's heart, you recognize that God loves you, and since God loves you, God is looking out for you and knows what's best for you, even when life appears to be giving you its worst. I like that right there, because every now and then when life hits and hurts me with the worst that it has, I know and trust that God's heart loves me. And since God's heart loves me, I know that God is somehow looking out for me. And since God is looking out for me, God is going to make sure that this bad stuff doesn't have the last word on me. Listen, that's a word right there, Rickey, and that is you can trust God's heart even when you cannot trace God's hand. I'll give you this last piece and I'm done, and that is in trusting God's heart when you can't trace God's hand. It simply means when you don't understand what's going on, you can stand in the truth that God is standing with you, because God has promised to never leave us nor forsake us. God is with us through the fire, through the flood, through the storm, through the rain. God is with us. Listen, there are times I cannot trace God's hand, but I can trust God's heart. And since I can trust God's heart, I know God wants what's best for me. Since I can trust God's heart, I know God loves me and is looking out for me. Since I can trust God's heart, I know that somewhere, somehow, God is standing with me, even when I can't understand what it is God is up to and I'm going through. I don't know about y'all, but I done made up my mind. I'm going to trust God's heart even when I can't trace God's hand. I'm trusting our God.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir. Love you, Rickey. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go. I got to be
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
13 minutes after the hour, got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. The front page is brought to you by Tide. Turn to cold water washing with Tide Pods. When you switch from hot to cold, you could save up to $150 a year on your energy bill. Plus, Tide cleans great in cold. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. President Joe Biden said that he hopes there'll be a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas conflict by next Monday as the death toll in Gaza approaches 30,000. Now, a diplomatic source familiar with the discussions confirmed that Hamas softened its position ahead of an agreement. Meanwhile, Israel hopes that a deal would initially involve the release of about 40 hostages, including female Israeli soldiers. In other news, the Federal Trade Commission on Monday sued to block the $25 billion deal between Kroger and Albertsons, alleging the largest supermarket merger in U.S. history would lead to higher prices, store closures, and job losses. Now, the companies own dozens of chains, including Safeway, Vons, Harris Teeter, and Fred Meyer. Americans are spending 26% more on groceries since 2020, and we've all seen those prices rising. Lastly, Netflix is urging customers who pay for its streaming subscription through Apple's App Store to switch their payment method. If a new payment method is not added by the subscription renewal date, the member won't be able to use their Netflix account until a different payment method is provided. This change primarily impacts members on Netflix Basic Plan. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more headlines and updates,
Maria, I want to apologize. When I came in, I didn't recognize your face or voice. You missed so many days of work last week.
Right.
All right, coming up next.
Sports. Well, I'm back.
Who are you?
Who are you? You and Black Tony.
Bad influence.
What's up, man? So yesterday, former NFL quarterback Cam Newton went viral from a video that's showing him get into a scuffle, altercation, fight, whatever you want to call it, with a group of coaches at his 7-on-7 youth football tournament. Allegedly, it was all started from the result of trash talking going too far. And the coaches was like, Cam started it all by talking trash, and they've been coming in. He was talking noise like the whole tournament all weekend long or whatever, and it just went too far. And next thing you know, they started scuffling with each other. One of the dudes went up there and tried to sucker punch him and everything. So look, it is what it is, man. I mean,
wait a minute, is that what happened?
That's what they're saying. That Cam was trash talking. The coaches were kind of like, man, Cam gone. Then Cam wanted to allegedly place a bet. Like, how much you want to bet on this game, and they just kind of kept y'all stealing my plays. I taught y'all all that stuff. This is the story that's come out, and the coaches was trying to like kind of diffuse it, like, man, Cam going somewhere, man. We ain't worried about that, man. Whatever. And it just kind of kept getting going on and on. So we wasn't there. There's two sides, actually three sides to every story. I'm gonna continue to try to dig, but it was very unfortunate that happened, because everywhere Cam goes, people start taunting him. They start talking about him. They start, even the kids.
He handled them, though.
He did, boy. They realized what 6'5", 260 is all about.
Hey, Brett, you're right about that. His linebackers can't do nothing with. I done seen him run over people on the football field.
Come on, man.
When he played for Auburn, he ain't no joke. You don't want
to Cam if they want to.
They better keep their hands off nephew. That's nephew right there. Leave Cam Newton alone.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And you know what? The one thing I love about Cam, though, despite all this, he continues to come back and give back to those kids and provide opportunities for them. And a lot of those kids be disrespecting him too, man. So that's a whole nother conversation.
And his hat didn't come off.
Brad, you got the hot spot coming up next.
Yeah, coming up next in the hot spot, guess who holding the #1 spot on Billboard? I got it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Gary.com.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, we are not surprised that Beyonce's new single, Texas Hold'em, has officially become her 9th solo hit to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The country crossover earned 29 million streams, 29,000 sales, and 16 million radio impressions. Texas Hold'em remains #1 on the chart, so congratulations to her. Oh, Lord, here we go again. In legal docs, Rodney Jones, a former producer and videographer for Diddy, claims he was repeatedly sexually assaulted by Diddy and subjected to unwanted advances by associates of Diddy at his direction. Oh, Lord. Jones claims that Diddy would grope Jones's private areas and alleges that Diddy would parade around naked in front of Jones. I said, is this a man? I said Rodney, right?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I didn't say Rodnisha. Rodisha or something like that. Right. All right. Jones believes Diddy was trying to groom him into having sex. He says Diddy would downplay the alleged assaults as horseplay. Jones goes on to allege Diddy forced him to watch a video involving Stevie J having sex with another man.
Man.
Oh, Lord. Also, he
What's
says,
going on in the industry?
baby, I'm sitting here. Oh Lord. Also, he says a female cousin of Diddy's girlfriend, Young Miami, also sexually assaulted him, allegedly attempting to have sex with him in front of Diddy and members of his staff. Jones says Diddy brought prostitutes to his house in Miami and alleges that at several parties, Diddy intentionally served women bottles of his tequila and vodka brands laced with drugs.
Damn.
Diddy's attorney, Sean Hawley, says Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. This marks the 5th suit filed against Diddy.
Yeah, when they got time to make music?
I don't know, but people
All this damn,
I don't know. People keep coming out the woodwork.
damn assaulting going on.
It's a
It's
lot.
okay.
When they got time to make some beats?
Right. He made a whole bunch
They
of them.
making them. They
Oh,
making
baby.
them. They making beats, but it ain't with the music.
Okay. Okay. And last but not least, Lord.
Brad,
Don't start.
take that.
And last, oh Lord, not take that.
To a whole other level. Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on, y'all. A New Mexico judge has set a trial date for Alec Baldwin on an involuntary manslaughter charge stemming from the 2021 deadly shooting on the movie set of the Western movie Rust. The scheduling order entered Monday for jury selection to begin. It's July 9th. Baldwin is being accused of firing a live bullet and killing Helena Hutchins and the cinematographer while preparing for a scene in 2021. He faces up to 18 months in prison. Is they gonna convict him? Is they not gonna convict him? I'm tired of this now. He get off and then they get him back. Like, what is they gonna do? I wish they would make up their mind. Goodness. Every time he get dropped, they come back and get him. I know his nerves got to be bad. Like, you think you're going to jail, and then you're not. You're going to jail, and then you're not. My goodness, child.
That's in jail right there when you have to deal with that.
When you have to deal with that, your nerves, you've had a stroke or something, worried and stressed about that mess. That ain't no
Then you
joke.
got to talk to your attorneys all day and strategizing.
Okay.
And
Yeah, then you got to pay the attorneys. Exactly.
Then you got to figure out what you're going to get the attorney. Here's the house. Here's the property. Because I can't own it. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next,
You heard a lot. I said, that's a lot. That's a lot. Brett said, it is a lot.
It is a lot.
It is a lot.
A remix.
I think we had too much coffee. Let's take a break.
You stupid. Oh, hit us up with the wake-up calls, y'all, at 866-9-RICKY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. Fick. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. Fick. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The time right now is 15 before the hour. Maria, you say you was doing a story on Brad?
No.
You funny.
I said I was doing a story on being rude. So this was a hot topic on Reddit. It sparked after a woman in Fort Lauderdale who was 8 months pregnant was frustrated with people walking up to her and rubbing her belly. This is so mind-blowing to me that people feel comfortable doing that. She said, I know people have good intentions and no, this is actually very rude. A thread was then started on what's something many people don't realize is actually rude to do or say. So here are some of the top ones. Giving any sort of unsolicited advice on someone's physical appearance. Saying, why don't you have kids yet? Asking someone why they are single. If someone declines...
So all of these are Thanksgiving claps. That's what these are. The first two.
Mm-hmm. How about this one? If someone declines alcohol, don't insist and don't ask them why they don't want to drink. Here's a big one, Ricky. Approaching a disabled person you don't know and calling them brave and inspirational, especially if you are using them as an example to children. Now, every single disabled person I've ever met hates when people do this. It's calling unnecessary attention to them, and a lot of people feel put on the spot. So it's not a kind or respectful thing to do. That was one of the comments on the Reddit post. And the last thing, this annoys me, especially when men do it. Smile, girl. Telling someone they need to smile.
Yeah, y'all do.
annoying.
Y'all get on my nerve.
It's so
Ain't nobody
annoying.
got to smile at your command.
Right. You see what I'm talking about right there? See what I'm talking about right there?
You think this is...
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what
if I
you
pull
think
up-
this
if I
is?
pull
I
up
don't
next
feel like
to you-
smiling. I ain't finna smile. Don't
Right.
tell me to smile. You smile. I might
If I
not be
pull up-
smiling for a reason because
Right.
I don't want to.
Or give me
But if I
something
pull
to
up
smile
next-
Then
about.
make me smile
Hey,
then.
well, don't go to the red light with your window down looking cute then. How
Somebody
about
might have
that?
just told you the check didn't clear. You got no reason to be smiling.
Yeah, like where you get out of here with that? That's so
I'm
annoying.
Rickey Smiley, smile at me. You heard me. Good morning.
Lord.
Good morning, beautiful.
That's corny.
But didn't Angela Winbush say smile?
Smile.
Yeah,
And
she
the
said
world
smile.
smile with you. And when you frown alone.
Oh,
Yep.
That's
Message.
But let me tell you what I hate, Maria.
What do you hate?
Don't ask me for nothing in front of other people. Now you want to get a quick no because you obligate me to do what you asking for other people. Now you done got what you want and gone, and now I'm stuck. Well, I want one. I want a box of
Yeah.
cookies too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up with that discount? What's up? Hey, Rick, what's up with that discount when I was working at Foot Locker? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Dumbass.
I don't like
Whoop
people
it.
touching my stomach. Telling me, boy, you eating good, ain't you?
God, they do that?
Yeah, because I didn't.
And you never should touch a woman's stomach. Let her take her hand and place it on your stomach if she wants
Unless
to.
y'all real close.
Right.
Unless y'all
If it's
real
your
good
sister.
friends.
And never
It's
ask
your
her if she's
sister or-
expecting, and she's really not.
Oh, please don't do that.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the clue of the day, Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Another celebrity, Ricky, y'all, another celebrity couple has called it quits. Love and hip-hop star Princess Love recently revealed, y'all, in a statement shared to her Instagram account that she and Ray J have decided to end their marriage, y'all, honey. Here's what she put. It is with heavy hearts that we share the news of our decision to divorce. After much reflection, discussion, and counseling, we have come to the difficult realization that our paths have diverged, and it is in the best interest of both of us to part ways. Now, we want to reassure you that this decision was made thoughtfully and with mutual respect and consideration for each other's well-being. Isn't that beautiful?
That thing
I
hurt.
thought they was already broke
They
up.
got back today. They broke up, back together, broke up again. Now they together. Now
I
they
think they
breaking
have
up
a
again.
file with statements about their
Yeah,
relationship.
because
at
I
this
thought they
point.
was together and broke up again. And
They are breaking up again. I love the way rich people, honey, send out those statements, honey, when they filing for divorce. Baby. I just love, baby. They just choose those words very carefully, honey.
Okay.
Just grand, honey, with deep hearts, honey, and heavy
how do
hearts.
poor
and things.
people do it?
And with,
Honey,
deep,
we
and
bro-
with long consideration and thoughts.
Yes, honey. I'm like, all right, child. That's how you do it, honey. So it's sad. So, Ricky, have you spoke with Ray J since the Funk Ricky Smiley Show?
No, I ain't talked to Ray J. No, I haven't talked to him. I think last time I seen him at the DFW airport, that was it.
Really? The Lord, I tell you, I just don't know, honey. But we're just going to keep them lifted up in prayer. And hopefully, they may get back together again because, they broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together again, honey. So we just going to follow that story.
We tired.
Yeah, we tired, honey. Just go ahead on and be broke up, honey, and don't let us know nothing about it. But anyway, we're going to see how that all turned out. All right, y'all. Moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all, they're saying it's getting juicy, and we all know that Portia has filed for divorce from her wonderful husband, Mr. Simon Guobadia. Well, now it's been reported, according to the court filings, Simon Guobadia, he leased a beautiful private jet, which he used to fly Portia and her beautiful daughter all around the world. Now, they're saying Portia posted multiple videos, honey, on social media inside Simon's leased jet. Well, now it's being reported, honey, that according to reports, they're saying NetJets, honey, Simon's company signed an agreement with them, y'all, and ran up a nearly $1 million bill flying around the globe on their plane. They say, but when it's time for to pay up, on that jet that he rented. Simon rented a beautiful private jet. I don't know if it was a Cessna or one of those Lear jets or what have you, but they say he only ran up nearly a $1 million bill flying Portia and their beautiful daughter around the country. They say, but when it was time to pay up, they say Simon's company allegedly said, nah, honey, I'm good.
What?
They say NetJets threatened to sue Simon, and last year they said he agreed to pay the money owed in installments. They said, but Simon signed the installment agreement himself. Now they say, but after making just the first payment, NetJet claims that Simon's company stopped paying again. Now they say this time the private jet company had enough, and they are now suing Simon for the full $1 million that he was supposed to pay y'all in the first place, plus the interest, honey. And some people saying, honey, that they may be calling Portia and ask could she go ahead and pay some of the money for him for this.
She ain't finna pay that.
But she did fly on the, she flew on the jet though.
But he can have whatever guest he want to have on there. He the one signed that. You can't make the people that fly on the plane pay when we would have flew Delta or Spirit.
Yeah. But you know, isn't it funny? This is something that people don't realize too. Just because, I mean, all we know is what we see about anybody. Everything that looks good is not like this. Everything that glitters not gold. And just because you see people in jets, honey, and flying around and flossing and doing all that, don't mean they have all that. We just know what we see and stuff.
You'll never hear my name on there, boy. I swear, I'll go to that damn airport in a minute. I ride that plane like it's a city transit.
Okay. Yep. And I mean, and you don't do the jet thing.
My ankles, huh?
I said you don't do the jet thing, you know. I mean,
every now and then, like if I got to get to a gig and there's no other options or whatever. Like I spent my whole check on the Martin Lawrence tour. You know, I had Chicago at the Pavilion, Brett. Whatever they call it, that Martin Lawrence tour, and we couldn't get no flight. The flights had canceled. I was not missing that show in Chicago. That was a big show. Then I scrambled me a jet and got up there and spent whatever I was making. For that, I spent it on that jet getting there, and I didn't care because I couldn't let down Martin. So I wanted to be there. I wanted to be on that show, and I got my ass on the plane and got up there. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably what
the
he was doing.
PVI Pavilion, Brett. Did that sound familiar? In Chicago?
I think they changed the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, honey, congratulations, though. I mean, you know, I'm sure eventually, you know, he's gonna pay back. It just takes time, and so when you have other bills to pay and what have you, it just takes time, and he's gonna get to them like they say. Already, he made one payment, so I'm sure he's gonna get the rest of the payments to them and stuff. So you know, just give us some time and stuff, and honey, he'll get your money back. And Portia's about to go to back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sure she'll help him out with the bill. They can't. Well, honey, congratulations then. Congratulations to her, and good luck to Simon and his endeavors. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is heliotropy. On the high end, you say heliotropy, and on the low end, you say beautiful purple. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all, give it up and Gary with the T. Hey. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got the wake-up call. Get in at 866-9.
Lonnie calling from Charleston. I'm calling to wish my nephew a happy birthday, Mom! Wake up, wake up, wake up!
This is Cause Before Elijah, and I want to wake up Black Tony. Black Tony, get your butt up and go to work. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
This is Mariah calling from Akron, Ohio. I want to wake up my son Adam and his dad and tell them to have a great day.
AJ calling from Milwaukee. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Ariana. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up.
Come on.
Listening on your radio. Gang of cities tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Because we gon' let them know.
We in Portland, wake up. In Charlotte, wake up. In Raleigh, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore, wake up. Where you at? In Nashville, wake up. Indianapolis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all, Rick's About the Morning Show. Hey, it is about that time for Techie Tuesday. Man, we got a good one for you today. Beyonce Aloysius, what you got?
So I sent you a video, and I was just showing the rest of the team a picture of the new LED transparent TVs. So, you know, we have all these acronyms. You have like the OLED, and you're like, what does that mean? Well, now they're adding a T to it. So you're going to see, you know, OLED Ts. And what does a T stand for? Transparent. So yes, people are having transparent TVs, and this is something that came out of the CES electronics show this past month. And what it is the screen itself is clear. So when the TV is off, you can still see the fireplace in the background. You can still see the rest of your home. Kind of like when you're wearing the Apple Vision Pro goggles, you can still see the outside world. But then when it's on and you're using it, it shows you the screen that you want to see. Well, this is important because let's just say the 10-year plan, right? Remember when plasma TVs were all the hype and everybody wanted a plasma TV and, you know, they were like $10,000, $15,000 and people were like financing them. This is the new definition of plasma TV. Transparent TVs. You are going to see these in businesses, corporations, household. This is going to actually end up one day, my own personal views.
What they do though?
It's just so imagine a big window in your house. Well, that could be in the future, that could be a TV. So when you think about all these sci-fi shows and everything else, this is the coming of age, basically, of transparency. So they have this technology and you can see out your window, but then when you want to turn your TV on, now the news is playing on your window. If you don't get off this radio line. This is the future and where it's going. But also very, very cool stuff.
You telling me I'm standing at my sink washing dishes, watching Lester Hope.
Yes.
On the news.
Yes, out your window. And then when you turn it off, you're looking at your kids jumping on the trampoline in the backyard. So, you know, and again, it's something that you can place anywhere. And because it doesn't have like your typical box that goes around it, you can fit it anywhere. Very expensive right now, but again, these prices will eventually go down. It's just supply and demand, the hype behind it. It's new technology. Everything is going to be expensive first. Also, something that had a very big hit, some of you may have heard of it, the Evie Ring. It is the new version of it, and this one is for women. So women, ladies, you have like gold rings that you wear, like, and so make customizable health trackers. So what this does is it measures your oxygen level, your steps, and then also the blood oxygen in your finger. So it monitors all day. And the really good thing about it is it can last.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
I'm just listening because I was wondering about some other kind of rings that they should come out with.
No. Bye, Gary. Now this is cool. Gary, you snore when you sleep, so you would definitely like this. Gary is a snorer. It's called the Motion Pillow. Now, why is this great? Because the Motion Pillow uses AI features that can detect when you snore, so that way it inflates the pillow so your head automatically elevates, and it helps you breathe better. And it connects to your phone. It'll alert you. So very, very cool stuff. Also, if you're a BlackBerry user and you have an iPhone, they have this new case that you put on your phone. It's called Clicks. It's about $100 or less. But what it does is it gives you a BlackBerry type keyboard for your iPhone. It's on pre-order. Everybody is loving it right now.
Who's using a BlackBerry right now, though?
But it's the BlackBerry technology. So where you click on, so you get the keyboard attachment to your iPhone, so you can type on your iPhone. So people are really excited about that. And Ricky, you're going to love this. The Segway Go-Kart. It is a go-kart that you drive outside. It can go up to 25 miles per hour. But then when the weather is bad, you can take it in your house and use it as a gaming console for your kids or for your stuff. So very, very cool stuff.
Send me a picture of that.
I will. I'll send it to you right now. Lots of cool things, but of course, we got to wrap up. This is your Techie Tuesday upload. You can follow me at Beyonce ATL on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. I will post the details this afternoon as well.
I appreciate that, Beyonce. Aloysius, it's Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Let's see where your boy at. Black Tony, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, coming in? Hey. What's up? You coming to work, bro?
No, I'm
Come on, man.
I'm on bed rest right now.
Man, Jawline, tell Black Tony some of the things that you went through and how you come to work every day and still get here before everybody.
Man, yo, I gotta drive down there like 100 miles each and every morning. I'll be the first thing. Yo, you gotta be serious about your job, Tony. You've been here in years, and I'm the one that vouch for you. You got me looking crazy out there.
Talk to him, Ja.
So you got
tell him what you went through yesterday, what you went through this whole weekend, and how you still showed up, came straight to work from your job.
Man, I be DJing in so many clubs, club to club to club, no sleep, and still make it to work on time. Like, what's the problem?
Okay, so what you want, a cookie? Look, let me say this. Let me say this while you trying to be a hater. I be a hater talking about, yeah, I go to Artie Club, I go to DJ Artie Club, and then I go to no sleep, and then I go to work, then I come across the river, bring my family over from Mexico, and I do some of my things. And
What?
Then, man, don't nobody give a damn about all this. Come on, man.
This one here can't make it to work.
Shawty, you done came on here to flex about how you come to work. You done made me forget my damn life, but I was finna tell why I ain't come to work.
What is going on?
He forgot his lie.
Oh, you done come, Black J-Line done throw me off. You done talking about, yo, I go to DJ and I do the club and I do the DJ and I mix the rubber.
That's not nice.
I come to work and then I come to work. So, man,
Hey, John, don't let him just sit up there and just flex on you like that, Jock. Come on, man.
I'm the reason that you got a job, Tony.
I'm the reason that you got a job, Tony. Man, so, man, why you dry snitching over ugly ass? What? That's what I'm talking about. But that why ain't cook. I would have swung on you if I'd have been up another day, man.
So now you're not coming to work because of y'all lying.
No, he done made me mad, Shawty. Man, I had a good lie, bro. I had a good lie lined up about why I wasn't coming to work. Now you done throw me off talking about why you come to work. Can't stand old Mexican man. Dude, I go to DJ all the time.
Oh, man, that ain't nice, bro.
Do the DJ thing. Man,
Hey, John. Hey, John, thank you for making Black Tony forget the lie that he was finna tell as to the reason why he's not coming to work.
Right.
Appreciate that, bro.
Of course.
Appreciate that, bro.
And thank you for coming to work, John.
Hey, I tell you what, hey, J-Line and Rock T and Rick Smiley, I tell you what, hey, hold on for a minute. I got something for y'all. Hold on for a minute. Y'all ready?
Right.
Hold on.
On this day in Black History, February, whatever the day is, 1863 was the year in the small town of Snow Hill, North Carolina. Hattie McWilliams, a young woman, worked 6 days a week as a seamstress to care for her 11 younger siblings. The young man she was dating, his name is unknown, but he is who we're talking about today because he would walk beside her on her small mule for the 3-mile trip from her home to the dress shop where she worked for a white family. A bitter, cold February morning, Hattie was asked by the young man if he could keep the mule with him rather than tie it up in the back all day, even though he had no work to go to.
What? What?
He promised he would bring the mule back at sundown, nearly 10 hours later, when Hattie would get off to go home.
Yeah.
He showed back up maybe an hour late, and the mule was unfed.
And the mule was what?
And the mule was unfed. Through the generations that followed, this young man is known as maybe the first trifling Negro to keep his girl ride all day and bring it back on empty.
Baby boy! Hey, baby boy! That's the first Jody.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day brought to you by.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol. Pepto provides fast 5-symptom relief for upset stomachs. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Y'all, everybody wants to know, where is Don Lemon? Y'all, well, last year, Don Lemon, y'all, was fired from CNN after 15 glorious years with the company after bumping heads, y'all, with his new morning show co-host. Well, CNN, y'all, has finally, and Mr. Lemon has finally, y'all, ironed out their severance agreement. Now, it's being reported, y'all, that Don Lemon, the former primetime host of CNN, has finally agreed to a deal, y'all, to separate with the network. Now, sources exclusively said, y'all, that Lemon 57 has agreed a separation deal with CNN, y'all, for only approximately $24.5 million, which would be the full complete pay from his final contract, which extended, y'all, 3.5 years from his ousting. Now, they're saying Mr. Lemon got into the crosshairs with CNN brass when he moved from his popular primetime show to the mornings alongside host Caitlin Collins and Poppy Harlow. Now, they say he startled his female colleagues, y'all, with his implication that Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley, at age 51, y'all, was past her prime. And I'll never forget when that happened, baby. Oh, my God. That was a big old mess, honey, with Don Lemon and these women, honey.
Just because he said she was past her prime, is that something? What is that?
He said that in a political sense.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that not in her age, but in a political sense that she had passed her prime.
Yeah, but they don't say that about men who are in their 50s who are running for office.
They say it about Joe Biden every day.
I know, but Joe Biden isn't in his 50s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's offensive to women.
Nah.
It is. It's offensive.
She just took it that way.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't say if you say something about a woman that you wouldn't say about a man, that's sexist.
But people, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good argument.
It is because you wouldn't.
It's all
say
in the
that.
context of how you want to take
They
it.
didn't say that about Obama when he was running for office and he was around the same age.
But he was politically at a peak. He hadn't already been on the scene for
That's
long.
my point. You said he was politically at a peak.
Right.
Don Lemon said that she was past her prime.
But I think
there's
in
a
the
stark
context of the way
contrast
he said
there.
it, he didn't mean it in an insulting way.
But how you know how he meant
took
it?
it in an insult.
How you know
He
how
said it about a woman.
He might have meant it that way.
When I listened to it, I didn't hear that.
You gonna defend
I'm not
him
a woman.
because you're a man. You're gonna defend him. So a woman knows how we take it.
I just think he's professional enough that he would know not to say something like that, but people took it the way they wanted to take it, so he paid the price.
You took it like a man, and we took it as an offending
I mean, you got to think about a woman like that. Like you would not say about a man in his 50s running for office. 51 is young politically to run the country. That's young.
Okay.
I'm 5 years away from 51.
Okay.
And just think if women say that about you, saying you too old to be sitting there doing radio and stuff. But I mean, you're not.
Well, your ass too old to be doing radio. Go on to the next story.
We done took your fun segment and made it serious. I love you, Kay. You still my brother. I just disagree with you. I disagree, but I respect your opinion.
No, Maria. That's a good argument. That's a good conversation.
I love you and apologies and respect and all that. We all know what it is in here.
It's a good conversation to have, and people can have their opinion about it.
One thing our former producer taught us, Hollywood, he said it is not personal. That is good conversation.
No, it's not. And I think that your wife and your daughters might disagree with you about that. You should talk to them about that.
A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. Go ahead, girl.
Moving on. Another little bit news. Lupita Nyong'o, baby, she said she is no longer sharing her relationship status with fans on social media. Now, they're saying that the Oscar-winning actress told Porter that, honey, it's better to keep her personal life private because her feelings are involved. Now, Lupita 40 said that she regrets sharing her damn 2023 breakup with boyfriend Selma Makaslaka on Instagram. But, honey, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Back up. What's the name again?
What was that name again?
Maskalaka, Masakela, and that Maskalaka.
You want to buy a vowel?
Yes, Ricky. Can I get an A for $50, please? But anyway, she said. Back in December 2022, they said Lupita shared a video, honey, post with hashtag this is my love. The post went viral. She said, in my mind, she said, when I shared my relationship status with the world, honey, it was because I felt sure about it, she said. She said, however, less than a year later, Lupita and Selma went their separate ways, which they did. She said, there's much more important things going on in the world right now, and my thoughts are with those who are deeply suffering, she wrote in a lengthy Instagram post. At this moment, she said, it is necessary for me to share a personal truth and publicly disassociate myself from someone I can no longer trust. She said, I find myself in a season of heartbreak because of a love suddenly and devastatingly extinguished, honey, by deception. All right, baby, these girls be talking.
Yes, come on, vocabulary.
Like, all right, baby, that's what I'm talking about, honey. Girl, I'm gonna start reading my dictionary, honey, so I can come up with some of these damn words, honey. I didn't lacked up on my vocabulary, honey. But
yeah,
congratulations.
gotta expand that vocabulary, girl. That's good.
Yes, but you know, Ricky, when I lived in Houston, I used to read the dictionary.
Really?
Yeah, I used to read the dictionary and learn new words, and you know, as you get older, it just goes away. It dissipates. So you know, you just.
And where you buy most of your jogging suits from?
Well, you almost had me curse you out, Ricky. Wait up. Don't go there, honey. Don't try it. The color of the day, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color of the day is heliothropy. On the high end, you say heliothropy. That's a nice word. And on the lawn, you say beautiful purple.
That jogging suit is heliothropy.
That's right, honey. Take no error.
Straight from Dick's.
Yes, honey. I'm going there today.
Can't just be walking around for no reason.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the team.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, listen, now last week we dove into a topic of how Idaho has recently legalized the death sentence for those who have committed sex crimes against children. And most listeners and members of the morning show were in favor of the new bill passed because at the end of the day, we need to protect our children from pedophiles and repeat offenders.
Yeah, Ricky, you know, we started talking about what measures we need to take to protect our children and have them protect themselves. I recently saw a story about how actor Sylvester Stallone, he gave his daughter a little knife to put in her backpack to take to school for self-defense years ago. And he even took his daughters to self-defense classes with former Navy SEALs. I thought about this because it seemed interesting. Nowadays, you know, children are being discouraged from bringing weapons to school. In fact, a lot of schools don't allow it. But, you know, what do you do when you have to choose between protecting yourself and getting expelled for trying to protect yourself?
So where does that leave us? I mean, because 1 in 9 girls and 1 in 20 boys under the age of 18 experience sexual abuse or assault. 82% of all victims under 18 are female, and female ages 16 to 19 are 4 times more likely than the general population to be victims of rape, attempted rape, or sexual assault. Adults are attacking our children as well as other kids bullying our children. So how do we go about protecting them if we can't give them small weapons?
And this morning we got faith-based psychologist Dr. Aldewan Tart on the line to talk to us about the best ways to protect our children. Dr. Tart, good morning. Yeah, let me just start off by saying how effective are self-defense classes?
That's the wrong approach, all right? Because when we start thinking about this, 93% of sexual abuse happens with friends and family. So this is not, I know we say stranger danger, but the stats are clear. Only 7% of sexual abuse happens with strangers. It's friends and family. So what we really need to do versus getting our kids in trouble with weapons, that's the wrong approach. That is the awful advice. The worst advice I've ever heard, as a matter of fact, all right, is to get to know the children, get to the people in our children's life, right? Choose caregivers and who you have in the house carefully. And I know the listeners are saying, yeah, it was Uncle so-and-so. It was so-and-so's boyfriend. It was the next door neighbor. It is not these strangers that's happening most of the time. And then watch out for the friends and family who watch our children. If our kids have play date, we need to go through the house. We need to actually find out about the supervision. We need to find out if they have older brothers and sisters, how they're going to be supervised. Just doing those things are going to protect our kids, as well as what I'll talk about in a few minutes.
Wow.
You know, that can be kind of challenging, too, Dr. Tart, because we see a lot of cases where children do speak up for themselves. They say abuse is going on, and they end up still having to stay in the same home where the abuse is occurring. So what can we do in terms of safeguarding children in those cases? Because sometimes it's a decision between telling what's going on and having to stay in a foster home or stay where the abuse is happening, and it just seems like it's a lose-all situation.
Well, yeah, you know what, but it's not. I mean, that's reality in some cases. But the first thing we need to do is teach our children about boundaries, because 2 in 3 children just don't tell, right? And we know that when you don't tell, that leads to all types of issues later on. So not telling. Not only does it not work, but it allows one person in the family to abuse multiple members of the family. And that's why I'm so upset about this, right? So, one, we have to teach our children about boundaries. I'm talking about at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. We're teaching our sons and daughters about where their private parts are, who's allowed to be able to touch them. That's bad touch. We're telling them to giving them the language to set boundaries. You're not allowed to kiss me there. You're not allowed to do this, because you know what abusers are going to say. This is how I show love. This is what family do. We want to get in front of that and be proactive. And so we want to teach our kids how to talk about their bodies, and then tell them this critical thing that no matter what happens, they will not get in trouble. They will not get in trouble.
Hey, Dr. Tar, as a child psychologist, and a lot of young parents out there that don't know, and because let me tell you something, these are some uncomfortable conversations, right? And then you have to have the conversation when you find out that your child been sexually abused or assaulted. What are some of the things just off the top, Dr. Tart, that's really, really uncomfortable that parents out here need to know, even with them, with the love and affection, and when it's too far?
Yeah, well, one, don't have known abusers in your house for any reason. Don't rationalize it. Like, that may be the person that's bringing in money. They're not sure if the kid is making it up. Like we said earlier, we need to have all of that investigated. And I can tell you that while Child Protective Services certainly make some mistakes, most of them try to keep the kids in the house and remove the perpetrator. You see what I'm saying? So we go and say, hey, if I tell, then they're going to remove the kid and go into foster care. That might be a worse situation. Typically, and I say typically, what happens is they go in and they remove the perpetrator, or they remove the kids and put them with another relative until they can investigate the perpetrator so that the kids can go home and be safe. So parents, if your child starts showing signs of abuse, if your good instinct says, I don't trust Uncle so-and-so or Aunt so-and-so, or that friend rubs me the wrong way, follow your intuition, investigate with your child.
Yeah, and I also think, Dr. Tart, just to piggyback off of Ricky's question, is those specific things like lap sitting, hugging,
yes, that's
accepting
what I'm
gifts, stuff like that. Like, how can we teach boundaries in terms of that? And even communicating with other adults, family members, and friends, like, okay, we don't do that. You know, even though I know your intentions are good, these kind of hugs are not cool in this house.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example, Dr. Tart. Like teenage boys, or whatever. I don't allow them to walk around the house with no shirt on. You understand? Like, make the girls cover up shoulders, go, wear these little short shorts, teenage gym shorts and stuff. You got teenage boys and teenage girls, and just putting something on your feet and just like I really be on top of stuff like that and trying to keep integrity.
No, that's a good idea as far as decorum and not exposing ourselves. But the main thing is supervision. So this is what we all know. It's really about supervision. You talked about like young parents just being stressed out and working. Our kids need to be supervised more than they are. Right? And if they're with someone, another parent, a program, we need to have already investigated that program. We need to make sure that we know who our children are with versus just letting them go outside, be unsupervised. And then also, like you said, we have to teach our kids the exact language. Don't just say, hey, have boundaries. Say, hey, girls should never sit on anyone's lap. Women should never be able to touch your private body parts. A family member is never allowed to be able to hug you like this or kiss you in the mouth. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling parents to be explicit.
On the cheek either. I don't even like all that on the cheek. You can kiss my daughter on her forehead or something. I don't know.
And it's not just adults to kids either. It's also older cousins, older siblings like that. You got to really, watch the younger kids
or
around
even when
the
they
older
tell you
kids.
to keep a secret from your parent. That's how people try to start grooming you as well. And it may not be a sexual secret, but they just try to see if they can develop that sense of trust with you where you'll keep certain behaviors or things that are being said away from your parents. And I think that's important, too.
Yeah, Dr. Real quick, give us your website. We're going to continue this conversation. Give us your website. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
All right. Well, one thing, we also have to make sure that we watch out for any members of the family that watch child porn. I mean, that is the biggest one. So whether it's an older sibling, I'm telling you, you need to watch what's on the cell phones. If we have a cousin, an older sibling that's watching child porn, that is a warning sign. But listen, I'm not going to give you my website. I want people to get help with this particular topic. So I want y'all to dial. If you want help with this, or you want to investigate this, you want to figure out, you want to get more information, just dial 1-800-656-HOPE. 1-800-656-HOPE. That's the website that you want to go to be able to look into child exploitation.
There it is, y'all. The one and only Dr. Alderwin Tart. Man, love you, man. We appreciate you, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Good to be with
Jeff.
you all. Well, there's an interesting meeting that's going to happen today at the White House. The relatively new House Speaker, Congressman Johnson, is going to find himself in the Oval Office with Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Senate Republican Leader Mitch McConnell, and Senate Democratic Leader Chuck Schumer, with the President of the United States in the name of what's happening in Ukraine. And this is bigger than just Ukraine, because Johnson, who is, as many of you know, replaced an ousted speaker, is in a lot of ways worried about getting ousted himself. The $60 billion aid package to Ukraine is really a big part of this presidential campaign, because Trump is saying America first, and you've got members of Congress that are lining up behind Trump to say they don't want to support Ukraine in the name of supporting the former president. So it's going to be interesting, you all, because I don't think there's anybody that disagrees that this $60 billion that can get bipartisan support is what Ukraine needs, to continue to fight Putin. And without that money, it is believed broadly that they will suffer defeat
Hey, Jeff.
at the hands of the Russians. Yes, sir.
And on that point, don't people also need to understand that supporting Ukraine is supporting the United States by keeping us from having to go into a conflict ourselves if Putin defeats them and moves on?
And there's that. I mean, and I think, there are people that can debate that one way or the other. I think the one thing we do know is that supporting Ukraine's campaign for self-reliance and for independence is an opposition to Putin, who we know is not a friend of the United States, and who we know Trump is in bed with. And so there are all these dynamics, right? There's also a reality, too, for Johnson that we could go into a partial shutdown again in the event that there's not a budget pass. So this guy who is just getting in to this seat as House Speaker has a whole lot to navigate in the coming weeks, and it's all going to have a huge impact on the presidential campaign and Trump's continued kind of not only pressure, but in some cases control over House Republicans. I want to talk really quick, too. I don't know, did you all ever talk about the fact that Mike Tyson is involved in starting a school in Arizona?
Yes, sir.
Started his own school?
Yeah. He's teaming up with, I forgot the organization he's teaming up with.
Yeah, so he's teaming up with Cognia. It's a Phoenix-based micro school company that is creating a school focused around financial literacy, innovation, mentorship, civic leadership, accountability, community engagement. And I just thought it was interesting that this was something that Tyson was putting his name behind and was connected to. But I think the question, less the question, I think what I'm encouraged by is we have not seen an overhaul of the American public education system in a really long time. And there's a whole lot of debates about why. There are a lot of factions that blame other factions, but the bottom line is we have a public education system that is antiquated globally and is not preparing kids in a real way, not only for access to the highest levels of college, but just preparing them to be able to go into the marketplace with a skill that they can translate into not only a vocation, but taking care of themselves and their families. And so any of these schools that are properly run, and again, there's a lot of debates around charter schools. One charter school is not the same as every charter school. So even saying charter schools is sometimes dangerous because there's not equity within them as it relates to what's effective, who runs them responsibly, who runs them for the best interest of communities and families, and who runs them in the best interest of themselves. But I'm excited about our folks getting more involved in the education business because our babies need new options and broader options. And let's be honest, when people say charters, there's this myth that most of them are private. Most charters are public schools. Right. And so let's just be clear that there are private charters, and we could talk about the challenges of those, but most charter schools are public schools. They are the same public schools that our tax dollars go to and that our babies should be able to access.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm just saying that's good that Mike Tyson doing that. This is why Florida's not opening up one. Listen to this.
I get paid. You know, like I said, if I get paid to kick and the best at what I do.
God, yes, you are.
Hands down.
Yes, you are. God.
Capital G, capital A, capital O, capital T. Period.
So ignorant.
The greatest all of time, Jeff.
Ignorant. Yeah, I just want Floyd to come and knock your ass out right now for messing up my segment. I'm out of here, y'all. Hit me at Jeff Nation on all social media. I check y'all on Thursday, you old punk.
Hey, Roxy.
What up, Mike?
You ain't gonna believe who I got on the phone.
Oh, man, who we got?
Man, I got Mr. Thomas on the phone. Mr. Thomas, what's up, man?
Mr. T.
Way back. Man on my check on my man.
Come on, Mr. Thomas, that's your song right there.
Yes, sir. Don't anything. Lay back. With my mind on my check, my government check on my man. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Thomas, when the last time you heard that song?
It been a minute. It been a long time, Ricky. Took the girl to get some Alfredo in my Easter suit, and she done turned into a prostitute. Get it? Pasta. She's old prostitute. That's what I used to sing to that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rolling down. Sipping on my prune juice.
Hey, lay back with my mind on my check and my check on my mind.
Come on, man.
Come on, Brother
Sipping on my prune juice. Yes, sir. Sipping on my prune juice. Lay back.
Hey, Mr. Thomas, the prune juice keep them bowels regular.
Yes, sir. There ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Put good prune juice and boom, on in the bag.
Mr. Thomas, you don't ever want to go. You don't ever want to go to the Elks Lodge constipated. You can't do nothing when you constipated, Mr. Thomas.
No, you can't do nothing, man. I try to sip on my prune juice so I can head on to the Elks and stuff like that. And they got them good fruit trucks and those nice old chickadees in there hollering at them. Matter of fact, Ricky, you know, for the spring, you know, it's the spring coming up. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. So we're going to throw a lot of, you know, we got some stuff coming out with the nice spring cologne collection for men. So y'all better listen now. All right. So we got that wild musk. Wild musk go good when it starts warming up in the spring. You got that. That's it. All right. And then you got that old Aramis. You put the Aramis on. And
now, Roxy, you got that, don't you, Rock?
That's what my dad used to wear.
Aramis?
That Aramis,
boy.
Yes, sir.
Aramis,
and the gold bottle.
Gold bottle. What you know about it? What you know about it? Gold bottle. What you know about it? What you know about it? Gold bottle. Hey, now look here. Look here now. Y'all young chickadees, make sure y'all show up now, because I'm going to have some nice old jitterbugs and some nice men out there for you, you know, so you got to get dressed up, too. I really want to see a lot of ladies come on with that spring. Put the black stockings, okay? Put the black stockings on with some white shoes, Lord.
Wait a minute, Mother Thomas. Wait a minute, Mother Thomas. Did you say black stockings and white shoes?
Black stockings and white shoes.
Yes, sir.
Them women right there, I'm going to tell you something. That's how you spot them. If you're in the lodge and they got black stockings and white shoes, those are the ones that put their legs all the way back. Black stockings, white shoes. Lord, you stand up in it now. If somebody got some black stockings and white shoes, I'm telling you. They like the Summer Olympics. I'm talking about legs. You know what? Here's what you do. You in the Elks and you see a young lady with black stockings and white shoes, you walk up to her and say, "How you doing, Pretzel?" What? How you doing, Pretzel? Hey, Pretzel. Hey, Pretzel. How you doing, Pretzel? Come here.
Thomas, why you calling Pretzel, Mr. Thomas?
Because I'm talking about the left leg wrapped in the back of their head and then the right leg wrapped in the back of their head. Pretzel. How you doing, old pretty Pretzel? Oh, Lord.
Hey.
Oh, shoot. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, we got Maria. Don't you be rocking them black stockings and white shoes sometimes?
Yes.
Maria.
Yes.
I got to tell you something.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What do you have to tell me?
Hey, Pretzel. Hey, how you doing?
Pretzel?
Yes, sir. I heard you say black stockings, white shoes. Every time I see that, hey, Pretzel. Hey, how you doing?
Maria, you got to bring that back out, Maria. The black stockings and white shoes, because Easter is coming up. And he gave us our cologne, to get rid of the Aramis is going to be the cologne for Easter. We're bringing that back, and then bringing back the black stockings and white shoes because
I have several pair. Ricky. I don't have to bring it back. They in my closet right now, Mr. Thomas.
You got the 3-inch white kitty heels.
Oh my gosh, I have 2 pair. One is patent leather. One is patent, and I got some white suede kitty heels.
With the toe out, Maria.
With the toe out. Just the big toe.
With the sling back, with the sling back.
Yes, you know it.
Look at this young chickadee talking. What you doing tomorrow? What you doing later on?
I'm waiting on you, Mr. Thomas. That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Well, I want my pretzel on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pretzel. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. Got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by the Capital One Quicksilver Card. Earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. President Joe Biden said that he hopes there'll be a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas conflict by next Monday. This as the death toll in Gaza approaches 30,000. A diplomatic source familiar with the discussions confirmed that Hamas softened its position ahead of an agreement. Meanwhile, Israel hopes that a deal would initially involve the release of about 40 hostages, including female Israeli soldiers. Now, this is all over the news. The Michigan primary is happening today, and it's not only going to assess President Joe Biden's strength in a key battleground state, but also his handling of the war in the Gaza Strip. In other news, the Federal Trade Commission on Monday sued to block the $25 billion with the B deal between Kroger and Albertsons, alleging the largest supermarket merger in U.S. history would lead to higher prices, store closures, and job losses. Yeah. So merging the grocery stores.
When Winn-Dixie and Piggly Wiggly get together.
Okay. Get those two together.
When Dixie be hidden low-key, you can go in there and get you some good frozen black-eyed peas in the meat section, and when Dixie be hidden. Publix got the cakes. Want a cake or some fried chicken, you go to Publix. And Albertson got some good chicken, too. I can go on and on about this grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
If I can get Piggly Wiggly and Winn-Dixie, and then they get together and mop them floors, it'll be hidden.
I used to work at Winn-Dixie, dog.
Winn-Dixie do need to mop, though.
Yeah,
if Winn-Dixie just mop, I swear.
That's how they saving money. They ain't paying no janitors and mops so you can get that cheap meat. Lastly, Ricky, I don't know when's the last time you made a donation to your alma mater. We see a lot of these things popping up online about these universities getting these big donations. Well, it happened for the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx. Former professor Dr. Ruth L. Gottsman, they made a historic $1 billion donation. So no student will have to pay tuition at that college ever again with that donation.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that is huge.
I wish. Oh, my God, that's awesome. Sending those kids. And this is strictly for tuition?
Yeah. It's a medical school. Straight to the students.
I did a show over the weekend, and I sent $100 to the GED Foundation in the state of Georgia for kids like myself that got a GED.
We doing the best we can, okay?
So they don't have to pay to register. It's like $8 to take the GED.
It's very considerate of you. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Yeah, baby. All right, LeBron James is fed up with all the haters who are trash talking his son Lil Bronny's hoop season at USC this year, man. Bronny has played in 20 games this season, averaging 5.5 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists after returning, y'all, from cardiac arrest that he suffered, man, before the season. So let's keep that into perspective. But LeBron pretty much went on social media and said, can y'all please just let the kid be a kid, enjoy
his college basketball season. The work and the results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree 100%, man. Y'all going a little bit too far with this. Yesterday, former NFL quarterback Cam Newton went viral for a video that showed him getting into a scuffle or an altercation or some call a fight with a group of coaches at his 7-on-7 youth football tournament. Allegedly was the result of trash talking gone too far. The coaches say that Cam Newton started the trash talking. Uncle Shannon Sharp chimed in and expressed his thoughts on how the kids responded.
It's really embarrassing that somebody take time out of their day, out of their schedule, out of their life, and try to give back. And you disrespectful, ungrateful. Man, Cam, like I told you, Cam way better than me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have patience for my own kids to be disrespectful.
Yeah, so he's like, man, so
I agree. And trash talking, and just because somebody says something, that don't mean you got to react. That what point of trash talking got so bad to the point where you're gonna go and hit the person that's having the event? And then I saw people, grown men, running over there taking cheap shots.
Yep.
Or whatever when he wasn't fighting him. I bet you wasn't fighting like that 1-on-1.
Yeah,
Hello.
Man. No, they found out real fast.
You're going to go over there and with your backpack on, the dude run over there and get you a little cheap shot or whatever because you low-key jealous because you ain't having no event. Ain't nobody coming to none of your stuff. And that's why Cam drug all they ass.
That's right.
And his
hat didn't even come off.
They found out was 6'5", 260. Real quick.
I understand Cam Newton run over linebackers and bully. That is a Heisman Trophy winner. Stop playing.
Yes, sir.
NFL MVP.
And you know what? Everywhere he goes, man, people are always kind of heckling him and saying that he's trash. He's just not. How you gonna say this dude is
That man was set up in a position where he could not win. It took his team to the Super Bowl.
Come on, dog.
Right. Was
Come on.
set
Far
up
from
not
trash.
to win. Didn't even have the best team. Put that whole team on his shoulders with the Panthers and took them to the Super Bowl. Man, they can stop talking about Cam Newton. And I know I'm a Bama fan, but Cam is like a nephew to me.
Yeah.
And I love him. He's a great kid.
Yes, he
Him
is.
and his dad, they're great people. I love them, and we have a great relationship. It's always and a big old hug.
Yeah.
And I just love him, and I love what he's doing. I love his podcast. I follow him. Man, leave Cam alone. Don't mess with him now.
As we always say, Cam.
Oh, Cam.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, 28 minutes before the top of the hour. It is time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Kanye West called out the shoe brand Adidas once again after they moved forward with releasing what he calls fake Yeezy 350s, which Ye claims are an unapproved design. Kanye got wind of Adidas' plan to greenlight the steel gray 350 V2s featuring his designs and put his former business partner on blast on Instagram Monday while essentially asking his fans to boycott the brand. He wrote, "Anybody who loves Ye would not buy these fake Yeezys. I never made these colorways, and I'm not getting paid off of them, and Adidas is suing me. All the new non-approved 350s are corny, and everybody know the 350 been corny." He also posted a video to Instagram explaining his feud with Adidas and claimed the company was suing him while trying to sell the Yeezy line. Here's what he had to say.
Not only are they putting out fake colorways that are non-approved, they're suing me for $250 million, and they're also not paying me for these shoes that they're putting out that have my name on it. And they're using contract clauses to rape one of y'all favorite artists right in front of y'all in broad daylight.
Oh, yeah, and if he can prove that in court, he got a case.
Yeah, but if it's a contract clause, that kind of means it's in the contract and they're able to go ahead and still sell them. If they still selling them, you know what I'm saying? If they selling them and they feel protected, that's why they still selling them. Because they whatever they put in that contract clause, exactly. So hopefully he can do something about it because it's really not fair for them to still be selling something using his name. But if it's in the fine print, you know, that little bitty writing at the bottom that you don't see sometimes.
And they fired him, though. They fired him and are suing him. and are making money off of his shoes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
layered.
It might be in the contract.
Yeah,
though.
that's crazy.
You know? Well, these comments came after Adidas announced Monday that it would sell some of its remaining Yeezy inventory after splitting with Ye in 2022 following his string of hate speech and anti-Semitic comments. Adidas says it has donated some proceeds from such sales to groups that combat discrimination and hate, including racism and anti-Semitism. What y'all think?
I think Adidas should show their receipts. Who did you give the money to?
Who you give the money to?
Show us.
Yeah.
Show us.
Yeah. We'll feel better.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 25 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.